Calaroga Shark Media.
On today's ballot, we look at MAGA versus Taylor Swift, Nikki Haley's invisible husband, and Joe Biden's 95% victory over basically nobody. Taylor Swift, the queen of shaking it off, has now become the latest fixation of MAGA conspiracy theorists. That's right, from global superstar to the subject of right-wing bedtime stories. They're spinning tales about her relationship with Travis Kelce and weaving in a Super Bowl conspiracy for good measure, all supposedly culminating in a grand Biden endorsement. Because, of course, when you think of political puppet masters, Swift's the first name that comes to mind, right? Swift, who once steered clear of political waters, dipped her toes in back in 2018 and has since been navigating the choppy seas of political endorsements. But now, it seems she's unwittingly become the villain in a far-right narrative that's more tangled than her all-too-well lyrics. To get to the bottom of Swift's unexpected political cameo, Politico magazine chatted with Brian Donovan, who might just have the coolest job as a professor teaching the sociology of Taylor Swift. He says, picking a fight with Swifties is about as savvy as texting your ex at 2 a.m. Just don't do it. Why is Swift suddenly the political villain du jour? Donovan points to a mix of sexism, jealousy, and the fact that Swift's not playing by the old-school pop star rules. She's not just a billionaire business mogul, she's redefined what it means to be a female icon without catering to the male gaze. As for the GOP's Swift problem, it's like they're trying to win an election with a strategy crafted by the Three Stooges. Swift's appeal crosses generations, demographics, and even political lines. Alienating her, and by extension, her army of fans, feels a bit like Harikari. Swift's fan base isn't just vast, it's fiercely loyal. They've followed her from country to pop to indie folk without missing a beat. And when Swift speaks, they listen, whether it's about heartbreak, empowerment, or occasionally politics. Despite the MAGA crowd's meltdown, don't expect Swift to dive headfirst into the political mosh pit. She might back Biden, but she's more likely to keep weaving her narratives of love, loss, and everything in between, rather than stump speeches. As for Trump's claim of being more popular than Swift, well, that's like comparing apples to, I don't know, gold-plated steaks. Swift's realm is stadiums filled with screaming fans. Trump's is, well, a bit more divisive. Saturday Night Live kicked off its election season shenanigans by inviting Nikki Haley for a cameo. Because nothing says, I'm running for president, like trading barbs with your own impersonator on live TV. Haley, aiming to sprinkle a bit of showbiz sparkle on her campaign trail dust, found herself in a faux CNN town hall with James Austin Johnson's Trump, who's apparently on a mission to save America from Joe Biden, and oddly enough, Taylor Swift's Super Bowl plans. In a twist that surprised absolutely no one, an audience member popped up to ask why Trump is dodging a debate with Nikki Haley. Plot twist. It was Haley herself, stepping into the SNL limelight. Johnson's Trump, in a mix-up worthy of a sitcom, mistook her for Nancy Pelosi, the go-to blame for everything, including that one time you lost your car keys. Haley, concerned for Trump's mental health, suggested a competency test, to which Johnson's Trump boasted of being 100% mental. A bold claim, considering he then went on to explain why men are supposedly better at politics, using financial acumen as a questionable yardstick. Their banter spiraled into accusations of foreign birthplaces and awkward historical questions about the Civil War, to which Haley conceded she might have missed mentioning a crucial detail. You know, slavery. Post-sketch, Haley hit the socials claiming she had a blast, poking fun at Trump's notorious late-night tweet storms. Trump, not one to let a dig go by, retaliated with a video montage of Haley's political pirouettes over the years. But the SNL roast didn't end with her cameo. Michael Che, during the Weekend Update, took a jab at Haley's campaign ads, comparing them to grumpy old men. Che quipped, "Okay, but at least they're men, because in the world of comedy, no good deed or presidential bid goes unmocked." When Nikki Haley faced a third-place letdown in Iowa, she didn't shout out a campaign manager or a big donor, but her husband, Major Michael Haley, chilling somewhere in Africa, possibly watching, or maybe not. "Michael, I love you," she said, against a backdrop of American flags, sounding more Hallmark than hardball. What keeps me going at night is that we sleep under the same stars. It's not the tough talk we're used to, but hey, politics is full of surprises. Major Haley, doing his National Guard duty a world away, has been the invisible hand in Nikki's corner, despite being miles from the campaign trail circus. He's the man behind the woman trying to outmaneuver Trump, popping up in her speeches more than a catchy chorus in a pop song. He's her go-to for military insight and a poster child for her veteran healthcare reforms. Yet the guy remains as mysterious as a Netflix thriller with too many plot twists. Unlike the spouses of other candidates who practically camped out in Iowa and New Hampshire, Major Haley's been off radar, dodging the flashbulbs and softball questions. His life reads like a script from a movie you can't believe isn't on Lifetime yet. From foster kid to Miss Haley's Rock, from running a bartering business to military man, and from dabbling in casino deals to a nebulous role at a defense firm. The guy's a bit of an enigma. He's battled through life's tough starts, met Nikki in college, and managed to win over her parents despite the cultural hurdles. He's been the supportive spouse through political storms, including that time when Nikki decided to take down the Confederate flag after a tragedy, all based on a heart-to-heart with him. Politics aside, he's a family man, a golfer, a hunter, watch out alligators, and a dad who loves a good dad joke. He's the kind of guy who watches debates from a military base in Djibouti and turns family photos into memes. A mixed bag of humor, by his own admission. Despite his commendable service and Bronze Star from Afghanistan, Major Haley's transition back home was rough, a story Nikki doesn't shy away from. Yet, to the world, he's slipped seamlessly into every new role, from first gentleman to UN ambassador's husband, without much fuss. Lately, he's been busy managing the Haley household, including looking after Nikki's parents, while dabbling in ventures that have raised some eyebrows, like that casino deal, or his involvement with a defense company that sometimes seems more shadowy than a spy novel. Now, with another deployment under his belt, Major Haley's missing out on the campaign drama, from Nikki's debate zingers to her electoral stumbles, and the mounting GOP pressure to bow out. But as Nikki says, there's never a good time for deployment. How blessed are we to live in a country where men and women are willing to sacrifice and serve to defend our freedoms, she wrote, turning a campaign footnote into a testament to service and sacrifice. And just like that, Major Haley, the man of few words and many memes, remains the steadfast star of a campaign looking for its breakout moment. We'll see what Joe Biden has been up to in a moment. President Biden just scored a slam dunk in the South Carolina primary, cruising to victory like he owned the place. The AP called it faster than you can say Democratic domination, handing Biden the delegates he needs to strut into the party's convention like he's the headliner at a rock concert. He and his team were all about showing the party's backbone, particularly black voters, are still totally into him. With South Carolina's anything goes primary, there was some nail-biting about whether folks would jump ship to the GOP showdown. But nope, South Carolina Democrats were like, "We got you, Joe." The turnout was on the lower side, but let's be real. The last time a Democratic incumbent had a real primary battle in South Carolina, dinosaurs roamed the earth. When Obama ran unopposed in 2012, South Carolina basically took a nap and skipped the primary altogether. At the end of the day, with Biden's win as predictable as a rom-com ending, the bigwigs in the Democratic Party were popping the champagne, ready to bet the farm that South Carolina is going to keep its prime spot in the primary parade. And Jamie Harrison, the DNC chair, is like, "I'm over the moon about these turnout numbers." So, as South Carolina goes to bed, dreaming of keeping its first-in-the-nation primary crown, the message is clear. Joe Biden's still the man, and South Carolina wouldn't have it any other way. You've been listening to us break down the circus of politics, proving once again that truth really is stranger than fiction. We'll see you next time.